Hey everyone, welcome back to Dave's Dishes. Today I'm going to make ricotta gnocchi, which is like, gnocchi is, usually potato little dough balls. This is just gonna be made out of ricotta. So our ingredients are flour, egg, a little bit of nutmeg, and some salt and pepper. So what you wanna do first is take about, depending on how many you wanna make, this is 20 ounces of ricotta, whole milk ricotta. And you want to take this and set it in a strainer in your fridge overnight and get all the moisture out of it for 24 hours so it's very dry. And then that's what you start with. So this was in my fridge in a strainer. I had it in a strainer overnight for 24 hours. I put a paper towel in and then I put it on top. And that's what you end up with. So the first thing you want to do is want to put an egg in there. So just one egg. Crack it in there. And we'll get rid of that. And then we're gonna put in a little bit of salt. Probably want just a teaspoon of salt, not more than a teaspoon of salt. And then pepper. I like pepper, so I'd probably say 2 to 3 teaspoons of pepper, or whatever you like. And then we're gonna grate in a little bit of this nutmeg. And I got this cute little nutmeg grater. Oh. Just take that. A nutmeg has a great flavor, and you want to do about a teaspoon of nutmeg in there. So, okay. So I got about a teaspoon in there. Oh, it smells so good. It's so fresh. So I like this brand, Spice Island. It's really good. Then you want about 1/4 of a cup of flour. You're going to dump that in there as well. Now you could use almond flour, whatever you like. It doesn't really matter. I'm not a fan of almond flour. It kind of, to me, it has a cardboardy consistency, but everybody likes what they like. So you just want to mix this all together. You could use a food processor or something, but it really turns out kind of really thin and weird. So just kind of want to do this. Now, once you get it to this consistency, all mixed in there, what you want to do is you want a little bit of flour, and you want to flour your hands. And actually, just a minute. I have a mini ice cream scoop, so kind of want to flour that and your hands. Reach in there, scoop it out, put a little bit of flour on here, on your hands, and just make like, like a meatball size, and then put it on your parchment paper. So, I'm gonna go ahead and get all these done, and we'll be back in just a minute. Okay, we're back. So what I forgot is in that mix, you want to add a 1/2 cup of fresh grated Parmesan cheese. So I put it back in and mixed that in and then made my balls, and I put them in the freezer now. They got to sit in there for about 30 minutes to 45. Now we're making a brown butter sauce. I have about 1.5 sticks of butter here. And what you want to do is just get this butter going until it turns brown, and it'll get a nice nutty smell. You don't want to overdo it, so you just want to get that going. So I've got that going here. You can turn it up a little bit. You don't want to burn your butter. You just want to brown it nicely. You want it to be a nice brown color. So it's already starting to kind of turn brown. It does fuzz up. What I'm going to also do here is put in a little bit of sage. This is just a little bit of my sage out of my garden. It's been sitting around drying for a few days. So just throw that into your brown butter sauce as well. Gives it a really good flavor. Now if you look in there, my butter's already starting to brown. So it looks good, and you smell it. It's nice and nutty smelling, so I'm gonna turn it off. And to stop that butter from cooking, you wanna squeeze in about 1/2 lemon. The juice of 1/2 lemon. Just put that in there, and then continue to stir it up. Now, I have about 3 tablespoons of capers. I'm going to dump those capers in here as well. They've been dried, drained, and dried. And then we've got this nice brown butter sauce. It smells so good. So nutty. And my heat's completely off now. There's a little bit more lemon in there if I can. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cook some angel hair pasta with this. You could use whatever pasta you like. I like a light angel hair pasta. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to wait for my water to get boiling here. I've got it on. And we'll be back as soon as my pasta's done. Okay, so I've got my ricotta balls out of the freezer. And what I'm going to do now, and I've already boiled my pasta and have it set aside. So I have my brown butter, and I transferred a little bit of the brown butter sauce into a separate dish because this is going to be one serving. And what we're going to do now is we're going to put these balls into the boiling water. And your water, you want your water salted like the ocean. I'm going to put like 5, 6 of these balls in there. And what we want to do is just let them go until they float. So we're just going to let those go. I hope everybody's having a good day. It's kind of fun to watch water boil. So you want to get yourself a nice scoop that you can drain the water off of. And these take about 2 to 3 minutes. So we're just gonna kind of let them go. You don't really want to do anything. The flour that you kind of rolled them in will kind of cook off a little bit, but that's okay. So just want to wait until these float because they do have an egg in there. So they got to cook well. And once they pop up to the top, so they're kind of, if you see right here, they're kind of starting to float around a little bit. They're almost there. So those are going to be done in a minute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pasta that I pre-cooked. You don't rinse your pasta. So this looks hard, but it's okay. We're going to put that right in the brown butter. We're going to turn the heat on. And we're going to take a little bit of this pasta water here. And we're going to put it around that pasta. Again, this is angel hair. And I'm probably using just 3 little scoops of it. It's nice and salty, really nummy, but it's going to break apart really nice. But it's not going to break the strands. That's what you don't want to happen, is breaking your strands of pasta. So it just loosens up really nicely. Look at that. You can stir that around, get it going. Get your pan, kind of toss it around a little bit. Get that buttery sauce going everywhere. So nice. And then what you want to do right here, you want to take some of your Parmesan cheese and you kind of want to sprinkle it in just on top of your pasta, maybe a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons. Just kind of get that going in there. That's going to cream everything up a little bit. Cream it together really nice. And looks like I might need a little bit more pasta water. Okay. It looks like my gnocchi balls are probably to the point where they're done. They're all floating, if you look in here, really nice. I'm going to turn this off, or way down so you can see. See how they're floating in there? That means they're done. So we're just going to take those. We're going to set them in here. With our pasta. And our pasta's now done, so we're just gonna turn that off. And then what you wanna do is just take it and put it onto your plate. Kind of fold it over so they get mixed in there. You can bring one or two of them up here. You've got your capers in there. So nice looking. And then we'll put a little bit more cheese over the top of it. And there you have it. Ricotta gnocchi with brown butter sauce, capers, and a little bit of sage. So good. Make sure you click, like, and follow. And until next time, I'll see you again. Have a great evening.